Hey everybody, welcome back. We are getting ready to watch some more Dark. We are on season 2, episode 4. I think we're on 4. Yeah, episode 4. This one's called The Travelers. I didn't mean to make it big yet. This one's called The Travelers, and they talked about the travelers the last episode. Claudia is a traveler, Jonas is a traveler, Noah is a traveler. We've found out that lady Tronte's mother is the sister of Noah, and something that Noah read in the missing papers really upset him. It disturbed his faith. He killed Claudia. He talked to Adam, but Adam gave him some kind of BS kind of stuff, and I think Noah knew it. So I think his fanaticism is starting to break, but I don't know for sure. I also discovered last episode that the boy that I thought was Yasin the whole time in certain scenes was actually Helga. And so that was Helga and Eric that I think that they found dead, not Yasin and Eric. I I don't know. It might be I've got myself totally confused, which is possible. But I remember thinking Yasin had gotten scraped on the face, and I asked, how did that happen? And I think the scrapes were actually the wounds that Helga had after Ulrich attacked him. So, and Egon is finding out more and more. So, let's go ahead and get into this next episode, get some more confusion going on, and kind of go from there. We've got Purdy, we've got JoJo. So, and I'm sure Fangs will come back again. I just don't know where she is right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Are we in the 20s? It's a nice little wheat field. Oh, Jonas. Hey, did he get injured traveling? It
Where'd
might
you get
be.
that? What are you doing here?
I was talking.
Where'd you get that? What are you doing here?
I just
I
want to return.
I think he's before the 20s. Now, is that called shafting the wheat or raking the wheat? I'm not positive. That must be where the power plant is, and there's no construction. So I don't know if it's the 20s, but I think it's before the 20s, especially with the tools that they're using. Streets aren't paved. A funeral.
Agnes, go get Erna. Now.
I think Agnes might be Egon's wife.
But only for a few days. Till you're back on your feet.
So they're friendlies.
This is going
That's
to sound
good.
strange.
But what year is it?
But what year is it, please?
It's 1921.
Okay, still in the 20s, but it's earlier. So is that why we see older Jonas traveling? He had to wait until a certain year to find a time hole. Everybody's having sex on this show.
You and I are perfect for each other.
Martha, and I can't remember his name.
Never believe anything else.
Oh, that was Jonas and his aunt. Can't remember her name. She looked like Martha in that vision, though. That memory. That's older Jonas.
Yeah?
Mrs. Doppler called in sick. She's not coming in.
What's wrong with her?
Eye patch guy.
Don't think she said.
He's working for
Just a
Alexander. Are we ever going to find out what happened to his eye? It's the same picture that was on the other piece of paper. The same design on that one spot. Looked like scars on his back. Couldn't tell for sure.
Who is that?
It's complicated.
I couldn't tell who the passport was of. Not Michael, I don't
I have
think.
no idea.
Oh, the passport was Alexander's. Boris.
Martha. Francisca.
What do you want?
Oh, she is Martha. I was thinking Francesca, though. And that's Liz, right?
He
So,
slept for almost 24 hours.
how did he get the neck wound and the shin wound?
Everyone says that Erna can't turn away a stray dog.
He's the
I'm not
enforcer?
right here. At first I pictured you differently.
Is that Adam? It's either Adam or Noah. That's why he looks familiar. Because we saw him a few years later. But I can't remember who's who. I've told y'all I struggle with back and forth and keeping things straight. Yeah, that was Adam. Put some pants on. Is Agnes... That was Agnes and that was Noah, maybe. Because they're brother and sister. So Agnes was the beautiful lady that we can never remember the name of. That's the mother of Tronte, if I'm saying the name correctly. Back to Claudia. She's trying to look more and more covert, but it's actually turning into more overt. Does she know the password?
Can I help you?
She used to run the facility. Would you know where I can find her?
Here, there's only one Tiedemann. Alexander Tiedemann. He's the guy in charge.
Oh, that's right. She's in the future.
Tiedemann.
Everyone who is born here stays. That's quite unusual for a town of this size.
True.
Why is
Usually
that?
people grow up and move
What do
away.
you think?
The nuclear plant has always provided
I'm one of those that came back.
his work. Kohler. Alexander Kohler.
Nope, it's Boris something. Can't remember. I think he's a good
Who's
detective.
next on the list?
I just think he's gonna keep running into problems trying to figure this out because of the supernatural.
So it's blackmail? Who are you?
She's gonna lie.
He's much older, but he knows where my Jonas is and where Ulrich is.
Well, and she believes it because she saw the newspaper article.
Of Sigmundus. The Travelers.
The Travelers?
So that's the name of the organization of
Sigmundus
Adam's
Creatus Est?
thing.
What are you talking about? You knew all this?
There's something I think you both should see.
Is she gonna show him the door? Or show Hannah the door? Oh, this is the other group. So we got this group and we're gonna have Charlotte's group all at the cave. She's probably just gonna show her the article with Ulrich in it. So we know Liz, I think that's her name, is in the future, and she's kind of the leader in the future of the refugees or whatever. But we still don't know who the dark-haired one is. Is it supposed to be Martha or somebody else? She's gonna have to learn how to use a computer fast, isn't she? We didn't have computers in the 80s. I think it was like 88, 89 is when Dad put together a PC for my sister and I for doing word processing and stuff like that, so we didn't have to use a typewriter. Although some of our reports were handwritten, but computers were sparse in the late 80s. Early 90s in college, we had computer labs because most students didn't have a computer. And I took the computer Dad built for my sister and I to college with me, and my roommate and I used it to do all of our work on, so we didn't have to sign up for a computer in the computer lab. And I talked right over that. She's learning. That's because she's in the future right now.
Her husband committed suicide. Hanged himself. No one here understood why she married him.
And she's sleeping with Ulrich.
Special task force? Did you volunteer for this?
Oh, yes. I did.
Because he knows something. We're at the cabin. Okay, so Charlotte's showing them the cabin In the root cellar?
She told me and Shanti what we have to do.
They're in the root cellar.
Well, you have to tell her.
Okay, but let me do it.
Yeah, it's not going to go over well with Hannah telling her. Oh, I couldn't read it fast enough.
But let me.
I saw Regina and Alexander to wed. Okay. So the wedding announcement. Well, it closed because of her cancer, right? So Egon disappears? I found dead in his apartment from the cancer. Or we're assuming from the cancer. What does the cave entrance look like now? Oh, we got tracks going into the cave. Looks like they were trying to mine it.
The door has to be in this direction.
They're going to the one that Ulrich went to, which was the 20s. Oh, got my first warning. We're not going to make it to the end. What do you think, Fangs?
What have you found?
And they're not dead. They're still alive.
Well, Mikkel isn't.
But they're not here.
But they're alive. What does that mean?
I have to show you.
It's better if you see it with your own eyes.
Where are Mikkel and Ulrich? Katharina, what they're saying is
Stay
true.
out of this. Nobody asks you for your opinion.
Is she going to ask him who he is?
And who are you? A new boy toy?
I am Jonas, your grandson.
I was going to say, they haven't explained the Mikkel Michael part yet. The cave looks awfully spacious right now. What do you think, Fangs? I don't know how much of her is in view.
What is it?
We're not alone.
The apocalypse.
Go, go. Turn off the lights.
Is that Jonas? No, who's the flashlight?
What are you doing here?
What the fuck?
Well, don't beat him up. There was the time machine there on the ground.
I was there. I saw him there. Mikkel.
I was going to say, how did she not know that her husband wasn't Mikkel when Mikkel is a doppelganger? I can't say it. Doppelganger of Mikkel. She saw him as a boy. Fell in love with him and married him. I don't know if she fell in love with him, but, you know. Can he open it? Okay, it does open. Does it go anywhere? Because it's supposedly closed right now, right? Even though Jonas traveled to the past. Where's the wind? We don't have the wind. And he didn't close the door. They haven't finished digging the tunnel.
No.
I guess that's why there's no wind. There's no vacuum. I can't tell if that's them doing the tinnitus or me having tinnitus. We haven't had Bartosz in a while. Last time we saw him was with Noah, right?
You can't do this.
They're gonna leave him in the dark?
Hey! Just, hey!
The light source isn't moving, so I guess they left the lantern with him.
Magnus! Magnus!
Okay.
Tell me, what happened to your eye?
Ooh, are we gonna learn?
You can't tell anyone else. So...
Does it involve his sister?
Watch it!
They've met Claudia.
Interesting.
Does he recognize her from past pictures? He was looking at pictures. Teacher's Lounge. Is she looking at school records?
86.
It's gonna have a picture of him. He must be in it, but I didn't see him. Oh, okay. I'm having a sense of deja vu.
I have to stop it.
But he thought he
That's
already
why I'm
stopped it.
here.
So Claudia is in the cave section that she hasn't been in before, where she's coming out of it. So 32 years plus 17 would mean that Jonas is currently 49, unless he found a way to jump ahead. He doesn't look 49, but I don't look 49 either. So young Noah and current age Noah. They've got a time machine, so if they open up to Hannah or Katerina, they might be able to find that loophole, right? This is very secret society. So do you lock them in? Ears died, but we're going to finish it this way. We've only got less than 10 minutes. So, sorry about the sound quality. So he didn't lock him in, but it kind of looked like he had. Now, is this the girl? What baby? Not yet. We're going to find out who she is. Is she going to tell Liz? Is he going to lie to himself?
The path that's been determined, so that the last cycle may begin.
So he's not going to tell himself what he discovered and prevent himself from going through the motions. He's working on trying to build the time machine.
You must have a lot of questions.
So he looks that way because of all the traveling he's done.
On closer inspection, it's everyone's end.
Who are you?
So Adam's talking about the apocalypse.
Can't you see it already?
Is he going to say it's him? Yep. So Adam is actually Jonas.
All that's needed now is a push.
A push to where? I guess the loop that they were talking about, but still confused. She says, I'm not confused. Just pet me and I'll be just fine. So we saw Jonas get sick when he ended up landing in 1921. Sick to the stomach. He had some injuries, the throat injury, the shin injury, that he must have gotten while traveling because he didn't have them before, right? He didn't get those from Liz and her gang, did he? I don't think he did. It's been so long since I've seen that episode, though, I can't remember. But him getting sick is what demonstrated to us that the body has a reaction to the time travel. I think we saw Claudia get a little bit sick also, but I'm not positive on that because that was also a while ago. Katerina seems to have accepted the truth, but now she's got to talk to her kids and find out about the time machine. And then they've got to take that back to the other group so they can figure out how to use it because Jonas knows how to use it. And Claudia seems to be just kind of bumbling around. I know there's a purpose to it, but right now she just seems like she's bumbling around. The inspector, I think, is a good inspector. He's putting some things together. He volunteered for this job for a reason. What that reason is a whole nother question. So I think he will be the one that ties things up for us and is our exposition to explain what happened. Sorry, got distracted. She's ready to go to bed anyhow. At any rate, yeah, I gotta get up in 7 hours. At any rate, we're all confused. Still trying to figure out who everybody is and keep everybody straight and all the names straight and the relationships straight. And yeah. So, on that note, we're going to go to bed. You want to say goodnight? You want to say goodnight? If I lean back, will you lean forward? There we go. You can see them a little bit, can't you? Thank you all for joining us on this one. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.